In the Beaumont and the Banning area, you can expect mostly sunny skies. Highs are in the lower 60s. As we move through the daytime hours in the IE area, sunshine dominates, highs upper 60s. And that afternoon hours in the Coachella Valley, sunshine through the day, highs at 70 degrees. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We've got a lot of things going on, and there's some news that I think you would appreciate. Some of it, not exactly the kind of thing that you want to wake up to and you say, "Oh, okay." I know there are some that are going, "What?" Okay, there was a shooting evidently, and before you kind of go, well, I think it's kind of an interesting thing. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And by the way, there was, well, in the neighborhood, I literally, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know she was here. Kamala Harris, because of the Monterey Park thing, she was like right next to the bank that my mom goes to. I was like, whoa. Like, wow, like that's the bank. When you see the Bank of America on the back, I kind of, how Jess, we got Jesse Sanchez over there. Jesse, you know how some people are like, when you're like, you have like a president or something, like a disaster, right? It hits, and then the people, you don't really think about the people that are there that go, huh, like, wow, but I can almost guarantee you the police and the cops and all those around are like, oh shoot, we better up our game, because when you have the president, or vice president, I should say, it's it's Secret Service all around. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, why are there helicopters all over the place? And I was having time with my mom, and she was like, how come there's so many helicopters? And I'm like, I don't know. But then the very next day, Kamala was there, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Now they've had a lot of videos since then of the Monterey Park shooting. Of course, there was a Northern California shooting, then there's other shootings. So it was kind of like, oh, that's interesting. So I kind of feel a little like, wow, she was in our backyard. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of like, huh. I had a moment where like, wow, she's so close. You know what I mean, Jess?
Yeah, I know how you feel. There's a couple times where a couple political figures were fairly close. Like I remember, who was it? Not Pelosi, Biden. The guy, he ran for Democratic president. He was like an old guy. I remember I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But I remember who else landed in. I think Obama went to Palm Springs. He went through Moreno Valley to do it. Um, and I can't remember his name. It's gonna kill me now.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of people were making fun of him. He was an older gentleman. You have no idea who I'm talking about, do you? No.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't.
Yeah, neither am I. But yeah, it's just pretty crazy because once you start getting these political people there, it's like, yeah, I gotta up the game because if something bad happens, ugh.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. So yeah, no, and I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Now I will say this, Jess. There's some stories where we go, okay, I don't get it, right? I don't get it. And sometimes some people have what I call, I'm just gonna be very honest about it. I call like, okay, you don't see it coming, right? Like, some things you go, okay, seen that, been there, done that, right? This one I didn't see coming. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to get like pictures up. If you're joining us on the social media platform, KMET 1490 AM, continue to do that. We appreciate. But my point is this: there are things that you kind of see and you go, huh? Like now we all get it, right? We get that, of course, the situation with like why are Asian men, and I don't know if you saw more footage. I saw more footage of the guy ripping away the gun, which had a silencer at the tip. That was the Monterey Park Alhambra shooting. Of course, that happened. And then I'm like, okay, but isn't that weird? And then even Jess, you were kind of like, I'm not going to forget that. All right. So there's another story like that. I'm going to say it really quick. You may know it already. So if you do, I get it. But I saw this. I didn't know anything. Okay. I just said, oh no, there's going to be a problem here. Right. But I don't know if there is going to be a problem now, Jess, because I just don't know. And it's like this. Like sometimes I see repeat of certain things. Like in 2020, I go, oh, okay, that's gonna happen again. So I'm like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of people upset. The police, people are involved. Like, what's gonna happen next? Whenever something happens, Jess, when either it's like for a reason that a guy's like, I don't know if you saw footage of these guys or a couple guys that had like they said, oh, you take off, we're gonna shoot you in the chest. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that, Jess?
No, I did not see that. When did this happen?
Yeah, that happened like I don't know, but they released it, and I was like, okay, wow, that's like, because they're like, hey, get out of the car, and he's like, dude, I like he was afraid, right? And they had body cam footage. That's kind of around. That isn't this, okay? This is completely different. And those are kind of like cops, kind of like doing the wrong thing, obviously. Now this kind of caught me by surprise. Not gonna lie, you may have heard it already. All right, Jess, let me know if you did. Tyre Nichols, have you heard that?
I I know I'm gonna catch him. That name sounds familiar. There's so many cases right now. I can't recall names, but keep going, and I'll probably end up looking at it. I probably remember it.
Okay, so here it is, and these are some of the headlines. I'm gonna read this, so I'm not alone on this. Okay, evidently, according to this, he died January 10th, 2023, 3 days after a traffic stop by 5 Memphis Police Department officers. Okay, do you get that?
Yeah, I can already tell this is not gonna end well at all.
Okay, hold on to that. Hold on to that, Jess. Okay, so here's a headline: Major USA's brace for possible violence after Atlanta riots ahead of Tyre Nichols. Right. Here's another one. It says, "I don't want us burning up our city." Tyre Nichols' mom calls for peaceful protests. Yeah, let's see. There's another one. Yeah, they're all saying it's going to spark protests, right? This is a big thing. Okay, and here's AP News. 5 Memphis cops all responsible for Tyre Nichols' death. Okay, so in a way, Jess, I kind of go, okay, but did you hear the whole thing? And is it going to happen again? All right, Jess. So let me kind of let you see. Hopefully, it won't mess up our feed here. I've been having problems. If it does, please download our app, KBT 1490 AM. But here's the guy, okay? He's a nice guy. You know, I don't want to mess up our thing. I'm not going to show it to you, Jess. But he's a nice guy. Tyre Nichols, nice guy, right? There's him, in a tux. I'm not sure on the circumstances complete because I've literally just seen this, all right? But here's how Associated Press says it. 5 fired Memphis police officers were charged Thursday, that was yesterday, with murder and other crimes in the killing of Tyre Nichols. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't think anybody heard of that here until that. And it describes it as a, African-American, who died 3 days after a confrontation with the officers during a traffic stop. Okay. Now, this is the thing that I think you need to kind of read, Jess, and you need to understand. You say, okay, well, that makes sense. And we've had so many things happen in the past, right? We always say, man, if he had been different, maybe it wouldn't have happened, right, Jess?
I usually say that, yeah, because usually something always happens, but 5 officers for one person, that's a bit extreme.
But I'm going to show you this, and I hope you're watching our social feed. Watch our social feed, Jess, because you got to see this. I hope it's working. These are the guys that got charged for the situation. This is one of those things that you go, huh? I don't get it, Jess. I just don't. Okay, I'll try to flash it up. Hopefully our thing doesn't mess up here. Here it is, Jess. These are these are the cops that are responsible for. You good, Jess?
I'll be honest, I was not expecting that. I was expecting a different shade.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But that's just what I expect from just normal things.
I had to apologize yesterday to just I was like I'm a horrible human being because I assume or I thought when you hear of a shooting or a beating and someone dead who happens to be African American, you automatically assume these guys are white. Just when I show you that picture, there it is again, you see the opposite. They happen to be 5 African-American guys. So I'm like, so do you have, Here's my question. Is there going to be, or are some people kind of like jumping the gun, or is there going to be a protest? Is it going to be at the cops? And then are people going to say, yeah, but I mean, technically, they're not white anymore. So it's not that you could call them racist, or can you, Jess? It kind of is a little like, what do we do with this? You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah, that's right. They can't throw that in their face. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how to fight. Just I don't know. I would did they release the body cam footage of this?
Oh, Jess, you're getting so official right now. I don't think you're seeing the absurdity of this moment right now, because the majority of people would think, and correct me if I'm wrong, again, if there's a protest, it's because these guys are white, right? These guys are not white, man. For those of you listening on however you're listening, Alexa, if you say, Alexa, I want to listen to, KMT 1490 AM, it'll say, okay, awesome, yay. Or if you, turn on the radio dial, your 1490 AM or 98.1 FM if you're in the listening audience, obviously you're like, okay, all right. But that's my question. And the article says it very clearly. The officers who are, African American, face charges of second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. Video of the January 7th traffic stop will be released to the public sometime Friday evening. Back to your question. That's the answer. Mulroy said. Nichols' family and their lawyer said the footage shows officers savagely. But again, these are African American officers, Jess. So this isn't Ronnie King, a bunch of white officers. These are officers that happen to be, I think in public they'd be like, yo, bro. So that's my question, Jess. What's going to happen now? What do you think?
You know what? This is one of the first times I actually listened to this case, so I don't know.
And get this. He was a FedEx worker, 29-year-old. He was beat for 3 minutes in an assault that the legal team likened, but again, it's not. They likened it, not me, to the police beating of Rodney King. Except this time it's cop. So now it's a question of, is there a cop problem? Or are they, and I can't say looking at these guys are racist. I mean, I look at this lineup and I'm like, did someone get the information wrong? Like, do they happen to be white, but we have a bunch of guys that happen to be like the opposite? Because these guys look nice. I don't know what happened, Jess. One of them's a little suspicious. He's the one on the top right. But they look very nice. They look like they want to do this, Jess. Or were they having a bad day?
Like I said, I want to know why he was pulled over and stuff. Like I said, 5 cops, that's a bit extreme. And I'm not gonna lie, I freak out every time I get pulled over. I got pulled over, I think last year, because of some stupid thing. But yeah, no, I fear every time I see a cop car in the back of my windshield.
I think you should be, Jess. I think the moment you have African American beating up African American and then killing them, in essence, which is why they got charged, that's going to be the problem. All right. So I think now certain cops that happen to be white are going to say, hey, by the way, see, it's not just us. It's not just But then I say, no, it's still that. I just don't know what's up with these guys. Were these guys you know what I mean? So I don't understand. It says Nichols' stepfather, Rodney Wells, said to the Associated Press by phone that he and his wife, Ro Von Wells, who was Nichols' mother, discussed the second-degree murders and are fine with it. They had sought first-degree murder charges. See, no one even knew this was a thing till now. But it's almost like that whole thing where you thought, okay, the Asian dude, why would he kill those that are Asian? You know what I mean? You're used to when they say hate crime. I think this is going to be miscategorized because I kind of think I don't see the community going, hey, we hate because they're going to be a little confused when they say these guys happen to be we would call them brother. Do you get what I'm saying, Jess? Am I wrong? Am I alone kind of in a way on this subject? What's going on?
No, all I have to say is police officers in general need a whole revamp.
Bingo, Jess.
The moment you showed me the pictures of those 5 officers, I thought you were talking about a different case with the female officer, but no.
It's confusing when you see those guys. You're like, but they look so nice. They look like their ma treated them right. Like they had a good upbringing. You know what I mean? You can't see. I'm almost like, what? No, not you guys. No way, Jose. If you stop someone, I believe you 100%. But these guys, no, not that, Jess. Not that. So I don't know, Jess. I got questions, but there you go. That's the world we live in, people. You can't even trust people that look nice as cops. That's the problem. Now, if you're going to protest that, protest that. Because I can see people getting confused on the situation, going, yeah, how dare they? They're racist. I go, I don't know that these guys are racist. They kind of look like you can't call them. I mean, if somebody calls them racist at this point, just I would call that in a question, wouldn't you?
Just a bit, but you know what? Hispanic people are racist against other Hispanic people, Mexicans versus whatever. So
Well, see, that's a world I don't want to live in, Jess. If brothers can't get along with brothers, then I don't know who's going to get along. I guarantee this is going to be a comedian thing. They're going to say, okay, now it is end time, because if you got someone beating someone else and he happens to be a brother, you're going to have problems. Okay, that's the end of the story. That's all I'm going to say. There you go. Yeah. I think the headline should say 5 brothers hit up a brother, but they happen to be cop, and now they're going away for murder. So there you go.
I say this though, they they got fired awfully quick. They probably got thrown under the bus.
Well, hold up. There's footage. It's going to be released today. So hold that thought, Jess. Hold that thought. They compared it, but it's not. But it is. It's a police that, okay? So you have to just say police. It's not a race thing. I don't think they threw that. But it's as bad as the Rodney King, okay? Now, everyone kind of like followed Rodney King after. Anytime he got in trouble, you're like, well, obviously. So he's obviously, But does anybody deserve to be beaten to a point like that where you get beaten all the way and you get dead because of it? That's what they're getting charged for. So that's the thing. So in a way it is, and in a way it's not. So you get upset at police. So I see that. If that were like the protest or the thing, that makes, and I think they should in a way, because then that calls out. They say, look, we're not attacking you as, yeah. So they just got it, it's a police problem, man. There you go. You get it?
Most definitely. I think like every 6 months to a year, they should get a refresh on the law in general.
No, they need to get internal affairs better, because if internal affairs, come on, what happened to these guys? They're so nice. I look at that and I go, no, someone is framing them. There is no way they could be these guys. But if we see the footage later, it's going to make sense, right? You're going to see 5 black guys hit up a brother. That's what it is. And when you live in a world like that, Jess, it's not good. Now, this happened in Tennessee. There's a lot of problems in Tennessee. People are upset, man, angry, because this is like the area, Jess. Remember Memphis and all that, Mississippi and all that? This is the area, I think, I could be wrong, where people are already upset. They don't have, water. They don't have, they couldn't go to the restroom very easily. So I think it's complying really bad there. So don't travel there. I think I said this to people. Don't go there, okay? But again, when you see, someone die, a nice guy. I'm going to throw up his picture again, okay? And again, I know they always show nice pictures on this, but still, you don't want to die like this. This is a problem, Jess. You see this? Look at that guy. He a nice guy. So when you see that name, just know that's the situation, okay? And when it says Memphis cops, okay? Memphis is known for a lot of race stuff, okay? But, for Tyre Nichols' death, it's a tire case, okay? If you see the tire case, just know they happen to be, basically brothers, okay? So just remember that, all right? Just remember that, So, yeah. All right, people. We'll take quick. I don't understand what's going on. Asian people are killing Asian people. Brothers are killing brothers. I don't get it. All right, Jess, let's take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Here's to your health with Joshua Lane. Ideas you can use to be healthy and stay healthy. The current thinking about beauty, fitness, and longevity. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Wellness talk you can use. Here's to your health with Joshua Lane on KMET, naturally.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
Hey, Mark's here. We want people should know about the new Italian radio show on KMET. Like my Uncle Vinny used to say, Gumbas non stunad.
SID, there is no such words in Italian.
Forget about it. Tell them about the show.
The Italian Radio Show, presented by West Coast Italian Radio.
Mondays at 4 p.m. on KMET 1490, or stream us live 24/7 from our website at WCIR.biz.
Make sure to tune in.
You don't want that we should have to tell you twice.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
That's right. It's Morning Show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. You know, I'm glad we have that, advertisement about law, Jess, because there's things that sometimes you go, okay, you know what? I've heard it all, but I've never heard this in a way. Jess, what happens when somebody offers you something to drink?
I've never had anyone offer me something to drink. As long as it's sealed, I'm okay with it.
I'm glad you said that, Jess. I'm glad you said that. So let's say, you're at work, you leave for the day. You leave your bottle of water there, right? Or maybe it's like, a mix of a drink or something, right? Maybe you leave like a can there, right? And you leave it there and you go, okay, the next day you come back, do you drink it?
No, I do not.
You don't? You just throw it out? You don't even even a little?
No, a soda? No.
Not even
about? No.
Because you drink it all the way through. You don't leave anything behind, is what you're saying.
Pretty much. And if I do, okay, let me tell you what. One time I drank a soda halfway, put it down, forgot it was there for a week. Had another fresh soda, put it down next to that one, and not realizing which one I grabbed the old one and started drinking it. I have never gagged so hard.
Oh, it got weird. Did it get webby? I've had that happen where it's like a web inside. Yeah, I was like, what is that? So every now and then I'm like, okay, when I look at Coke, I go, okay, and then I drink it a little and I'm like, how long was it there? I wonder, right? I don't know if it's a fructose or something, but something happens after a long time, so I think that's what happened. Yeah, it gets webby, Jess. I don't know what it is, but it gets webby. I don't understand that.
Yeah, mold. I have no idea, but yeah. So I empty them out. I don't do that anymore. So yeah, no, I don't. If it's old, I throw it out.
So even if you have a bottle of water,
I look at it first, but it also depends on how long it was there for.
So okay, let's say you leave a bottle of water overnight. You leave it. You come back. Do you drink it? Especially when you're coughing.
And if I'm sick, no.
Huh?
I don't know. Kind of like a germ thing. I don't know. I'm a germaphobe, kind of.
But it's your water.
I don't care.
Okay, let's say you leave it in the refrigerator. If
I don't
you had
know
one.
You're freaking me out.
You should be freaked out, man. This is a freak situation. I saw this. I said, just no. Okay. I don't know how to break it, Jess. I really don't. So
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna say it, and I almost
What's
don't
that?
want to say it, Jess.
Go ahead, say it. I'm gonna silently scream. So go for it.
I think you just let it all out, Jess. I think if anything, if this were to happen, you'd be like, what? So I'm going to read this, okay, and hopefully you follow along. All right. There was a lawsuit. Back to law. It was filed against some companies. This just came out, by the way. Let's see. Yeah, this just came out. This just got published. This information. So I saw this. It was a headline. I was like, oh god. A lawsuit was filed against companies after a Houston custodian. That's a janitor. Okay, a janitor. You get where I'm going with this, Jess?
I can make a few accusations, or assumptions, but go ahead. I'm really. You're making me nervous now. Great.
All right, so he was arrested back in 2022, October. Okay, so last year, right? It's now 2023, right?
If you tell me he relieved himself in these giant vats of stuff, I'm gonna scream. But go ahead.
Weird that you know that. Weird that you know that. After a worker, well, he did exactly that. He peed in her water bottle, Jess. He peed in it. You should have seen that coming, man. Right? Was it like one of those clear ones? Was it one like, you know what I mean? But some people go, okay, big deal. And I go, wow, you're that person, okay? Here's the problem, Jess. They said, this is why they had a suit against the company. I don't know how the company's gonna this is why I say have how do you know that? How do you know janitor's gonna do that, Jess? How do you know? According to this, they got STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, by drinking this, Jess. And there's a total of 13 of them, so he did it to a bunch of people. Your face says it all, Jess. Oh, right? Yuck. You're forever with this guy, man. He's like, ha, ha, ha. And you're like, oh, no. That's disgusting, Jess. That's just disgusting.
It reminds me of the story about a guy who made cookies and added a special frosting over it and sold them.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's why they had a thing. Okay, again, I'm not legal, but this is what happened, and now I get it. I get how they went at the company to get, because this guy doesn't have any money, right? Let me just put him up on the screen so you go, I don't want to go on a date with this guy. Because yeah, he's that guy. Just disgusting, just horrible. But there he is, okay? He's the janitor. You know, he looks normal. I want to know anything by looking at that. I'd be like, all right, he's a normal guy. Now you tell me he pees in stuff, and you happen to get, you get it, Jess? It's kind of weird, don't you think?
Yes. This is why I'm glad I work alone. I try to be friendly for reasons such as this. People can be petty. This is extremely petty.
You're like, we don't need a janitor, man. I'll do it myself. I think we can save money there.
Oh, that's just gross.
Yeah. So it says this. They filed a lawsuit. Okay, the legal team. All right. Filed it on behalf of 13 women against companies. They say, according to them, permitted and disregarded the actions of Lucio Catarino Diaz. This is what one of them says. Not only terrifying, but somewhat humiliating. It's worse than that, man. His disgusting actions have left many of us with permanent health concerns. It should. He said that as he read from a statement from one of the clients. Diaz was said to have a STD. Which one? But he allegedly tampered with water bottles in a East Houston office. This is in Texas, people. Which led to more than 13 women in the same building testing positive for STDs. Now, this is very interesting. In August of 2022, several other women noticed the water bottles in their building smelled and tasted foul. Back to what you're saying, Jess. Ew, that's disgusting. Similar to urine is what they said. This caused one of the women, she's a smart one. That's what that footage is. Oh, she's smart. To buy a hidden camera and place it on her desk. Oh, that's what that footage is. I'm like, it looks like a drive-through thing. It's not. It's a hidden camera. We're going to throw that up there again, okay? So she was smart. If you have a suspicion, you do that and you get that, okay? So there it is. All right. There's him cleaning the area. Again, he looks like a normal guy. All right. Probably a neighbor of you. Right. All right. So I get that now. I get that. I say invest in something like always know you're being recorded. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. Don't do something dumb. That's number one. Number two, right, Jess? I mean, you come to work. I think you're permanently never going to leave something there and then go, oh, okay. It's just tinted. Or it's tea, or somebody hands it to you. Go, here you go, Jess. I love you so much, right? What was the reason this guy did this? That's my question.
I have no idea, but I'm reading the story and I was just like, what STD did they catch? I really wish I didn't read that. So either way, it's a bad one, and I'm just horrified.
It's
now.
bad that they drank his urine, his pee, his bleh, right?
Okay. We don't need to regurgitate that.
I feel like we do. Have you ever had like a situation with a driver, like he's a Lyft driver or someone, and you're like, you know what? I don't think you've done any lifts, right, Jess?
No, I have never done a lift.
Sometimes they give you like a bottle of water, all right? So, the question I have is this. You get where I'm going with this? Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Because sometimes, they go all night, right? And you never ask, how do you go to the restroom? You never ask that. I looked up this article and I saw a bunch of articles about Amazon and other people that they pee in a bottle, right? They drink the water and then they pee in it. Not gonna lie, I've had to do it once or twice because there was no anything close by, right? Like, if you're a guy, you've had to do it, okay? Guys can do it. Women can do it. But they need a little thing that helps them do it. It's called Eurofem. We used to promote that, not gonna lie. Way back when. It helps women kind of, go standing up in essence, all right? It's like a funnel for you, okay? So it allows you just to go anywhere, just like a guy, pretty much, okay? I should really call him and say, yo, this is the time to promote that. Anyway, so that happens, okay? That's called, okay, I get that. But never, ever, I've had that, and I go, okay, I gotta throw that out. Because what if you got thirsty all of a sudden, and you drink it? Right? I think there's an episode like with Carrie or something where that happens. Like Jim Carrey, I think he's like, right? Something like that. It was somewhere I saw it. You're like, so don't do that. But here's the thing, Jess. Why does a janitor do that to a bunch of women?
Who knows? Guys are weird. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I can come up with 1,000 reasons why, but I have no idea why he did it.
Well, according to this, I'm just going to say it the way it is. It's in the news, Jess. Okay, I'm going to try to G this as much as possible. It says the video was said to show he's a nighttime janitor, Diaz, approaching the woman's desk and setting his cleaning supplies down. He then, according to what they said, allegedly, but again they have him on camera, pretty obvious, began to rub his stuff. Yeah, you got it, Jess. On the interior and mouth of the water bottle sitting on the desk. If you have not thrown away those bottles and you have someone like at it, just take it home. Take it home. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. He turned it upwards to ensure he touched the water. Oh, so he didn't even pee in it. He just like, yo, that's my stuff. Huh. The video shows him placing the bottle back where he found it and continuing to clean the desk. Oh, God. The next day, the woman reportedly sent a copy of the video to the management company. Boom. Okay, there it is. There's the negligence. Told them she would be notifying the tenants in the building, the other ones, right? That evidently, oh, got it. They're all in the same building. Maybe not the same company. Got it. The management company asked the woman not to tell the tenants and told her they would handle the incident and let them know. Well, according to this, it says even after building management knew about the video, they did not contact the police. Yeah, you got to act. You got to act. It says our clients did. Let me read that again. I kind of lost it. Even after building management knew about the video, they did not contact the police. Our clients did. Got it. Okay. The building gave no notification to the tenants, and later the same evening, the hidden camera caught Diaz doing the act again. They didn't act properly, Jess. Maybe they didn't believe her. I don't know. Did they see the video? I don't know. It says here, reports say it was 6 days after receiving the video. Oh, God. October 3rd, 2022, when the company finally notified tenants. Spurlock says this. He was allowed to come back in. He continued to conduct himself this way. And who knows how many people picked up their water bottles during that 6 days and were affected by his actions. Ugh. Diaz admitted to the crime and was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His stuff is his deadly weapon, Jess. Ugh. Reports say the deadly weapon was his bodily fluids, which contained the virus. Ugh. Oh, man. You know, people, I say wrap it up. You should wrap it up. You should remember that. Even if they don't pee in a bottle, they still give you a virus with their weapon. Hey, look at my weapon. Oh, Jess.
Well, from the looks of the article, yeah, the whole point about touching the bottle lip and stuff like that is because he had, yeah, it all touched on the lips, and that's probably where it's affected right now.
Imagine every breakout you're like that guy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Let's see. They continued as they recited the clan statements. My baby asked me, Mom, you don't love me anymore. That's why you won't kiss me? It says, I was never one to believe monsters existed until it was proven they do humans. Oh, God. It says they do by humans. Sorry about that. 4 women worked in the office building, filed a lawsuit after they reportedly tested positive for STDs. Since then, 9 other women who worked in the building came forward with the same allegation and STDs. The defendants named in the lawsuit include the owner of the building. Oh, man. The building's management company. Oh, they're going to go bankrupt, guaranteed. And the maintenance company. Yep, goodbye. And the cleaning company that employed Diaz. Oh, man. They are gone. I don't know that they have that money. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what they sell for, but there you go. That's embarrassing, Jess. That's embarrassing. You know what? I would be like this woman and not want to show my face. I'm not going to lie. You know, they kind of got that, and they you know. But, man, Jess, man. It's a world we don't, you know. Like, come on. You know what I mean, Jess?
Right, making all the men look bad. But yeah, all I have to say is the longer that management company took to notify the police, the worse it's gonna get. The fact that they took so long pretty much cements that they'll probably win this case.
Well, that's the thing. I think, let's see, according to this, blah, 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 blah. Here's the headline. Houston janitor allegedly peed in water bottles. Lawsuit filed after 13 women test positive for STDs. Oh, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, and it happened back in, like, August, beyond that. I'm glad she got the camera. That's pretty much proof. Thank God, right? Thank God. So, there you go. I can see them saying, yeah, but you got STDs another way, you know? It's a common STD. Herpes is very common, you know what I mean? But at the same time, don't rub your stuff on people's bottle, especially a water bottle. That makes no sense. What was in the head of this guy? You know what I mean? Like, nobody asks what's in the head of someone who says, hey, this is a good idea. You know what I mean? You know, people don't believe in demon, but I say this is demon man all over. Like, you know, like, where did he get that idea? Was it himself? Did he want to, like, something happen? You know, there are women that have done this, right? At certain, like, you know, you remember that, Jess? There were certain women that would, like, rub their stuff and then put it on the people's food. Do you remember that? There was footage of that. Do you remember that? That was, like, at a restaurant. They were upset at the, you didn't know that, Jess?
No. What? Oh, my God, what's wrong with people? What restaurant is this? So I can't eat there? Oh my God.
It was like a fast food place. Yeah. That you got to be careful. That's why I say always be nice. You never know who you're going to upset. Be nice to the person because you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, wow, you horror. Okay, you're scary. Okay.
That's the world we live in. I was debating, do I do the show today or not? And I saw these articles and I said, I feel people need to know. So I'm going to do it. I get it. People are upset. People are angry. People are shooting each other. People are peeing in water bottles and they're rubbing their own stuff on it. You know, just, there you go. Right? Like, who's that? You know what I mean? Women do it. Women done it, right? They rub their stuff as well and they, right? Or they pee in it. I've seen that. They have footage of that. It's camera. I don't know why they don't know the camera's right there. I mean, it's like, duh. But, you know, you got to act. When it gets called out, you go, bye-bye, right? And you get rid of them. But no one thinks about the repercussion of what happens with the stuff, right? Did he have a breakout? You know, I want a doctor on this. Doctor, question. If that guy can do that with the bottle, imagine all the toilets that you go to. What if that guy has a breakout? He rubs his stuff on, you got it, right? There's a House episode. I remember 100%. I think it's a thing based on this. I think, you know, Like, how do you get it through your mouth? I get that. I guess that's kind of the same. Anyway, okay, we're out of time, people, because I can't even go there without being like, yeah, okay, that's an adult show. So there you go, people. I think the answer is this. Don't drink the bottle. Don't drink it. All right, Jess? So I'm going to hold you to that. Okay, don't drink the bottle.
Yeah, or drink it all. I will. Yeah, no, no. Oh my God, I don't know.
You're gonna look at every bottle differently. I guarantee. You'll be like, is that? And I'm not gonna lie. One time I was handed a bottle by my mom, and the top was kind of off, and I'm like, why is it off? I said, did you do this? She goes, yeah. I go, okay, you just took it off right now. She goes, yeah, because I get a little weird about that. Now I know why I get weird. I'm gonna say, you don't understand. There are people that pee in bottles and they rub their own stuff all over it. So yeah, you never know, right? Remember that guy that went and what was it? Oh, he was in 2020. Do you remember that? And then there were a bunch of them. They're all copycats. And they took the ice cream and they licked it and then they put it back.
Yes, I remember that trend, which was absolutely stupid.
I think this guy will get along with them. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned. Ugh.
KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
KMET AM 1490 presents Cal State San Bernardino basketball. This Saturday afternoon, January 28th at 3 p.m., the Yotes meet Cal State San Marcos in a CCAA conference game. Live from San Marcos, I'm Mitch McClellan. Join me as the Coyotes meet the Cougars. Cal State San Bernardino basketball broadcasts are brought to you by Dignity Health, Hatfield Buick GMC, Raising Cane's, Penny Law, and the Hyatt Place Hotel, Ontario Mills. That's Cal State San Bernardino basketball action live from San Marcos this Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. on your exclusive radio home for Yotes basketball, KMET AM 1490.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate you, Patricia. Patricia says some serious mental health issues going on. I think she's right, Jess. Like 100%, right? And then Stephanie Reed, always we appreciate you. She says, hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine, cold, awesomeness, busy day ahead for today. Yeah, that's before she heard the rest of the show. Look, here's the thing, people. All I say is this, be careful out there. No, don't judge a book by the cover. I think we've had so many stories this week that kind of has said, huh, what? And you need to understand the whole thing. That's what I think, if anything, if I said, okay, this is why I came to the show today, that's why. Because sometimes I'm like, no, Do I do the show? Sometimes there are people that just are unhappy. You don't know what to do. Anyway, so there you go. All right, Jess, I know you got a story. What's going on over there?
Okay, so I happen to watch that movie, Don't Look Up Again. It's funny, right?
Okay.
So, what's the closest you feel comfortable with an asteroid like being close to Earth? Because asteroids zoom around our planet all the time.
True.
But what's the closest that you would feel comfortable?
That depends. That depends. And here's why I say that. It depends how, like, the size of it. Does that make sense?
The size of a FedEx truck.
Well, I wouldn't want it to hit anywhere near me, but that happens all the time. Like that's called, Now is it a asteroid that's like sometimes they say like longer than a football field? That would hurt people, right? But if they blow up in the sky, sometimes you don't know how big they were. That's why they actually have a force, which is actually mentioned in the movie. It's not like untrue. They have a task force to watch the sky of asteroid, but sometimes they miss them. So what happened, Jess?
So a asteroid dubbed 2023 BU. That's easier. It will pass over our planet 2,200 miles above the surface. So pretty close.
Okay, that's not as bad. How big is it? How big is the atmosphere? How many miles is that? That's kind of like away, right? Unless they got the calculation wrong.
No, they could. I think they said they found it last week. But no, it's just gonna zoom past us. They did calculations, and it's only like 2,200 miles, the closest it'll get to us. And they said if it does enter our atmosphere, it'll probably break up.
Okay. Probably, yeah, I know, right? It says here. Wait, why do I read this now? This happened 20 hours ago. Truck-sized asteroid to fly within 22 miles of Earth today. Wait, so when's it gonna happen, Jess?
Today. It's should be 7:27 Eastern Standard Time in South America.
What is that our time? I'm so confused. Okay, so okay, here's one article. I like this one, British, but if I click on it, it's going to create a problem for me, I guarantee it. It says, asteroid the size of a London bus.
That's pretty big.
Then there's this one, box truck size asteroid expected to have close encounter with Earth. And then here's a program that we actually like today. It says, asteroid has very close encounter with Earth. All right, so why is this the thing, Jess?
Just because it's super close to our planet. People like to freak out.
Okay. Is there anything that happened in the last couple of days, like a fly? I know we've had like a comet that happens to be green. Never heard about that. Now there's this thing flying by us. But I say if it's at 2000, unless they got the math wrong. They've been getting math wrong. I don't know if you've seen this. I've seen people. I saw my mom. She gets beef, right? And we clicked on something, and I said, $100 and some for beef. That's the same size as that one. What is that? It was an error on their program. But I'm like, did anybody order it? It's not like special beef. It's the same beef that you would get like at the store, which is usually like $8. So I'm like, that's weird. Anyway, and then I saw a video where they were like, you get like 3, it's like, so many bucks, a few, and then you get just one, it's like, $100. And I'm like, or maybe it was 1,000. I don't know. It was a really big number. And I'm like, guys, check out your program. Like, your internet's not making sense. So I don't know. Usually the math is on, but 2,200 miles above Earth is actually pretty good. But I think the question is, are there more, right? Like behind it or around it that we're missing, Jess? Are they going to enter the Earth's atmosphere? Because there are some that have seen some stuff in the sky, and they're like, how come that is on flame, right? They've done that like in Mexico. They've done that in other places. They show those, and they're just like, some go, oh, that's an asteroid. Some say, oh, that's a satellite burning up in the Earth's atmosphere. Oh, that's something else. I don't know why they float all of a sudden. Looks like a UFO. I don't know why that is. So there's all kinds of footage. I've been seeing it. But the question I have is, why is this a big story, and why is it coming out now, Jess?
I have no idea. I mean, I can make some conspiracy theory stuff to make it play out, but like, to think about it, last year they were experimenting on trying to knock a asteroid out of orbit, way out there, with the missile and stuff.
Yeah.
Success. Okay. So for all we know, one might be kind of close to us, and they're just giving us little hints about it. But I don't know
I get
why.
that.
Why this one made the news? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's super close. It was recently discovered, so who knows?
Well, this is narrowly missing our planet. Maybe 2,200 miles above the Earth is not really. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, go watch the movie. Don't look up. You'll understand the people of the mind. It's odd and it's off completely. People aren't even making sense. They'll say one thing. That's why I say have someone in the room when you talk to someone, because they don't make sense anymore. They just don't. All right. Let's see. Before we go, I know we got a couple minutes. I'll say this, Jess. I know you got. Oh, is there another story you got that you could quickly share?
No, not right now. Just the announcement of a TV show on Paramount. That's it.
Go with that.
Okay. This is a show on Paramount Plus that came out yesterday, actually, with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, yeah, of course. She's Buffy.
Yes. So the name of the show is called The Wolf Pack. Instantly got me, so I'm gonna watch it today.
There's the thing about wolves, right? You talked about Marvel and like wolves and stuff. All right, awesome. I'm glad she's doing a thing. Now she kills vamps and evidently wolves, or is she a wolf now? Which is it?
I don't know. I gotta watch it and find out. So,
right? She's a vamp killer. Think about it. Angel, is he gonna make a comeback? Are they gonna do? You know what I mean? Does she go from vamp killing to like wolf killing, or does she become a wolf in the process? I don't know. Anyway, we're out of time. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Before we go, I have to say this. Don't forget to let's put it this way. We are here because of you. Some people think, like sometimes like, we have 1 or 2 views on our video and then think, oh, that's it. Well, no one watches. I say, no. You don't know all the platforms we use, right? We use YouTube, we use Facebook, we use Twitter, we use LinkedIn, we use Alexa, we use, the radio audience. Radio audience has a pretty big audience, and so I say this, thank you for supporting, thank you for being there, thank you for getting the word out. So get the information out, let people know, and we appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Again, more right after this. Stay tuned, download the app, it's free, KMT, 1490 AM. Oh, that's another way people listen. Thank you, everyone. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living, live it well. Let me do some shout outs real quick. I haven't done that in a while. Let's see. Algenia Kirsten, thank you for tuning in. Says interesting story on this guy. Anthony Montez, thank you. Mark says conspiracy theories are often distractions for the media, so they won't investigate the real stories. Which conspiracy story? I want to know. Just let me know. Okay. Algenia says thanks a lot. The crew, awesome. And let's see. Mark says I hope they don't lock up. Oh, I hope they don't look up into a musical. That's smart. All right, people. Look, it's been a week, man. There are people that just go, they get upset, and I go, what? Why? But anyway, be careful out there. Remember, life is worth living, and like I say, just remember, don't look. I've got water bottles here. Did they not? Be careful out there. Okay. Bye, everyone.